just talking about the different tempos. The first one is just our huddle tempo. So if you think of a stoplight, red, yellow, green, that's kind of how we think of it for our players think of it. Anytime we're red tempo, they're stopping, they're getting together, they're huddling, and then breaking the huddle with a sense of urgency. And I think that's the biggest point that we want to talk about with our red tempo is being able to break the huddle based on, do we have motion, do we not have motion, how are we going to catch them off guard, so they have to get in a position where they're hurrying to line up and make their checks and things like that. So with red tempo, it would be a little bit slower of a pace. As a play caller, you can hold the call if you need to, if it's a longer thing where we want to see guys get lined up, we want to see how they adjust based off motion. All right, then you'd obviously put the play call in a little bit earlier and give them time to be able to make sure they're going through their progression. So red tempo was our huddle tempo, yellow tempo was a check with me. And honestly, it was something that we had to alter because our kids couldn't handle kind of a double call. So it started off where yellow tempo was, we would give a formation and a play and give a dummy cadence. And then if we wanted to, we felt good about that play, they look to the sideline and we give them, kind of a, hey, we're good to go call. We called it gold, gold, gold. And so, gold meant good to go, normal cadence, and then we were going. If there was any kind of hesitation of what play call we had based on how they lined up, then as they look to the sideline after the dummy cadence, then we would give them a new play. Typically, we wouldn't change formations just because of the timing of the play clock. But again, wanted to be able to have that flexibility if you felt like you could do it. So, but yellow ended up turning into, just because again, our kids of hearing a call and then having to either run it or scrap it from their memory and get a new call became a little bit much. So our yellow became, we knew what formation we wanted to get into. We wouldn't give any kind of play call, but we'd hurry up and line up in a formation. Our quarterback would give a dummy cadence. We'd look to the sideline. The skill guys would get the huddle call and the signal. The quarterback would be responsible for communicating to the offensive line, and we go from there. And then we go to our normal cadence and run the play. It was a way for as an offensive play caller to be able to control, putting my kids in a position to have success based on how they were aligned and, seeing who were the matchups, who were the guys we could take advantage of based on that, that formation. The third one was green tempo. That was our fast tempo. So we're kind of getting to a point where we're wanting about every 18 seconds to get a snap off. Okay, so the ball gets spotted, obviously the play clock's longer than 18 seconds, but our sense of urgency picks up. All the skill guys are getting their eyes at the sideline, they're getting the formation, they're getting the play, so they're getting lined up as, it's kind of more of a hanging huddle. Both yellow and green are. Once they get the formation, they keep their eyes back to the sideline as they're working to it to get the huddle call, and then they get lined up, and then the quarterback's responsibility is to make sure everyone's set. Whether if there's motion on, and typically we didn't put motion on green tempo because we were trying to knock them off guard. But if there was motion, the quarterback would ensure that the running back was lined up, so we could send the motion, or if he was in motion, then send him. So green was our fast tempo. Again, that's kind of the guidelines that we used to be able to do that. Again, if we were going green, we were trying to be mindful too of not flipping guys too much and going back and forth. And so that's how we handled that. As far as our last one that we added, and this is something that I got from a former teammate of mine who's now the head coach at Kent State, Sean Lewis. They go really fast tempo. And so, what we would do for that is we would, basically have scripted plays. So when that ball got spotted, and the ball was down, we were getting the formation, we knew the play, and we go from there. So that was, trying to get every 8 seconds, and that was really accelerating the tempo of the game. What I learned from Sean that we applied this year was, the first time we did white tempo, it was a way to, especially early in the game, I would use it because, our kids had energy going into the game. We could get a fast start with scoring quickly. So what we would do is we'd have, 5 different formations, and then our best plays out of those 5 formations that took advantage of our really good players. So play 1 would be one of our formations and the best play out of that formation. Play 2 would be a different formation with a different play to take advantage of our players, and so forth. So our guys knew it was going from play 1 to play 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And sometimes we didn't even end up getting down the list before scoring, right? Or if there was anything that knocked us off the anticipated script, we would, it was my ability to hold the call, and then we'd either huddle back up, or it'd be a check with me scenario. So those were the colors that we used to be able to let our guys know. I know there will be probably questions at the end about, how is it before you go out in a series, is it in the middle of the series, and I can answer those later if those questions come up. The purple was another color, and again, that was more of a situational thing. If we were, if we had a successful play on a team, regardless of the tempo that we were in, if we were red, yellow, or green, those 3, then what we would do is if the kids heard purple, it was repeat the same play, right? We maybe got a big play on them, feel like we can take advantage again without them being able to adjust. So we go right back to the same play, same formation, same play. It didn't matter if it was formation, the sideline, or if anything happened, we just were focused on same formation, same play. Orange would be was our code word in terms of tempo for running the same play opposite. So if they heard orange, the kids would hurry up, flip the formation, flip the play in their minds, and run it there. Typically, that happened with outside plays. If we had a sweep play or a jet sweep going outside, and we had success on it, and we wanted to come back to it, but again, run it to the field, we would call orange, 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 and those guys knew to align opposite. The motion would come in, and we'd continue to attack them the same way, just flipping the formation and the play. 2 other situational colors that we had were blue, which is our freeze tempo. You guys have probably seen it, at the college level, or I know being a Packer guy, Aaron Rodgers does it quite a bit, where it's a fake dummy cadence to try to get guys to jump off sides to get a free play. Well, at the high school level, obviously they jump off sides, they're going to blow the whistle, so you can get 5 free yards. We would use this situationally in third down, 3rd and 4 or less, to be able to potentially get a free first down. Also, to if we didn't want to, if we had timeouts to burn, we would use it before then, just to see what teams would get into down in like the red zone in critical situations. So that was a time where we used blue to be able to get them to jump off sides. And everybody would freeze on the line. So we knew blue, blue, blue. Everyone would get into the formation, line up, and then nobody was moving. The last one is silver, which, we would sometimes tie into blue if it was like 3rd and short, but silver was our sneak. And again, it was, we give the formation, silver, silver, silver. We were hurrying up to the ball. Quarterback was getting our center, getting the snap, and then we were trying to get for the first down. Again, more of a situational call in on the goal line or in short yardage situations.